everybody. I'm Larry.
Thank you, Larry. With the distinctive pirate ship in the north end zone, we can only be in one place, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today. It's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their now third-year QB, the #1 overall pick back in 2015 from Florida State. It's Jameis Winston.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Six yards here to go for the offense on second down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a run with Martin. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second down, 8. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Throw it long, it can be a big play. You throw it short, it could be a big play for Deshaun Jackson. Yards after catch, always a big part of his game.
Talking about speed, only Tyreek Hill was measured with a faster play last year than Deshaun Jackson, who hit 22.6 miles per hour on a touchdown versus the Cardinals in Week 13. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. To throw, Winston. Throw left side complete. It's Evans. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive going to play. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Doug Martin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Nick Folk for the point after. The play clock's running down. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Doug Martin touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 9th-year man out of Georgia, their quarterback, and that's Matthew Stafford.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Now the big man, this is Andrews. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run again here with Andrews. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got Cruz complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
From the 50, Stafford. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Gerald McCoy in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football.
And the pressure gets to him again.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Out to the flat for Redden. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Second down, Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jackson. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
First down, Winston. They set up the screen to Martin. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And the quarterback won't take the snap here. This is the Wildcat look. Oh, the Wildcat. It's Martin. They run with a rookie from Cal, Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive lineman won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. That's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Here's Winston. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Martin. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Doug Martin, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the best rivalries going. We'll have the Ravens and Steelers for you at 8:30 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday night, another divisional matchup. This time it's the Pats heading down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Nice twofer there.
They begin here with a run by Andrews. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
That's really nice coverage there. I'm not sure he would have gotten to the first down marker anyway, but boy, oh boy, did they blanket him.
Yeah, short throw, but he really didn't have many options. Had to force it in. Well, he didn't have to, but he chose to force it in somewhere. Incomplete.
Yeah, now it brings up fourth down.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Now Jameis on second down. That is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And he's got it up and through. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. Cruz on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
goes again. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On second down, here's Stafford. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. 3rd and long, it's Stafford. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one's going to be touchdown right at about the 35-yard line.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
That was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Watch right. Ready.
They pitch it out to Martin. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now a play fake to Martin. Here's Winston. Finds a seam inside the 40. Over the middle to Evans. Winston gives to Martin on the draw. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
Winston now. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
No, I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Winston. Open man has got it. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now the big man, this is Andrews. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Robert Ayers in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They start the drive with Martin. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They go play action here on first down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
Yeah, I think you're right, partner. Now Martin. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
A first down throw for Winston. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now a second down throw for Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. He's got Evans. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a little extra juice when you see Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans early, and when they do it often, this team is really energized.
Well, Evans at 6'5", those long arms, that's so tough to defend.
And he surprises you with how fast he is because...
And he's got it! Caught in the end zone, touchdown, Tampa Bay! So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Buccaneers defense making their way back out onto the field. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew, so they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense who said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
They'll run it with Andrews. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Here's Andrews. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are in for 6. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth. You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Throwing, Winston being chased out left. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Jameis to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
To throw, Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And another Winston to Evans connection. Mike Evans, he didn't play football until his senior year of high school. He was such a good basketball player down in Galveston, Texas. But I think he's happy he picked football up.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I would have loved to have been around those conversations. The head basketball coach, the head football coach. Since it was high school, maybe it was the same guy. You never know. And saying, I need this guy out on the field. But it's worked quite well for him. And Jameis Winston's so happy to have him on his squad.
And they've got the lead in this one because of those two.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Encroachment, defense.
So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually third down, fourth down? They got them on second down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
From the gun, Winston. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. One man on the backfield, that's Martin. And they'll give it to him here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on second down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
Yeah, they've thrown for 3 touchdown passes now. Here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, second down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up third down. They'll have to throw it anyway.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Lions now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Stafford. He's going to let one, and this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
To throw is Winston. Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Jameis now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Second down, Winston. And he rifles one incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long for Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And time to spotlight Golden Tate. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got him pinned down deep. And on the first play, They gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Here's Jackson. Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Let's go now.
They run it again with Martin. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. There he goes inside the 30. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Carry number 20 here for Martin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level. Right, when we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Fighting him off. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard near the 34-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Robert Ayers. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. And that is now a 2-touchdown lead for the Browns in that game. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The first carry here for Jaquiz Rodgers. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 2nd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. The Bucs on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now.
From the gun, Kelly. And incomplete here on third down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Stafford now to throw. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Bucs on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Here we go now.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.